If you're a drummer and you're looking to use social media as a tool to stand out and get noticed, this video and this guide is for you. Here are my 3 keys to stand out on social media. Number 1, master your craft. Ask yourself, why do you follow someone on social media? Whether they're a musician, whether they're a basketball player, whatever it is that they do, you follow them because they're great at what they do and they inspire you. That should be our goal as well. When we play these drums, we want to be an inspiration to someone else and we want to be great at what we do. So we want to make sure we master our craft. So listen guys, everything that comes after this is a byproduct of number 1, mastering your craft. The views, the likes, the follows, they're all a byproduct of you being great at what you do. So we want to keep the main thing, which is being a great drummer. We want to be on the trajectory and we want to be on a path to mastering our craft and becoming the best drummer that we can be and reaching our full potential. We want to have a strong foundation. Step number 1, refine your skills daily. We want to make sure that we're practicing consistently every single day. We want to be spending at least 30 minutes behind the kit. The more time you spend on the kit, the more comfortable and the more confident you're going to be when you play. And whoever's listening, they're going to be able to tell. As a drummer, we want to make sure that we master the fundamentals and have a strong foundation. We want to be working on our technique. That means our hand and foot combinations, our limbs, just making sure that we have the proper techniques in order to articulate what we want to articulate on the kit and be able to master that. And we also want to work on our groove and pocket. We want to be sure that when we play a groove or a beat or a pattern behind the kit, that it feels good and we're able to lock in with the music and lock in with other bandmates as well. And then we want to work on our timing. As a drummer, we're the timekeeper. The band and the artist and whoever else is playing with you along to whatever music you all are playing, they're relying on you to help keep the unit together and keep time. If our timing is bad, it's going to make everybody else sound bad. So we want to make sure that we're able to master time. And the way we can do that, we can use the metronome during our practice time just to make sure that we're working on our inner clock and making sure that we have great timing. Now, as far as working on our groove and our pocket, a way that we can work on that is just by playing to records. Play to songs that you hear on the radio with the original drums and everything in it. And then also play the drumless tracks. You know, practice your groove and your pocket, just your feel and just making the music feel good. Most importantly though, make sure that you're also working on and collaborating with other musicians like bass players and keyboardists and things like that. Just a full band situation to make sure that you're able to build chemistry with other musicians as well. And while you're doing all this, I think it's important to record yourself. We can treat ourselves as athletes. You know, how athletes, they play a game and, you know, they film the game and then they go back on their off day and they look at film and they study themselves to make sure that by the time the next game comes around, that they fix their mistakes or correct anything that they, you know, want to modify or whatever the next game. We can do the same thing. So during our practice sessions, during our shows and everything else, we want to make sure that we record ourselves so that we can go back and study ourselves, study our mistakes, and just continue to get better and improve. Outside of working on the core fundamentals like the technique, the groove, and the timing, we also want to challenge ourselves as well. We want to be able to step outside of our comfort zone and, you know, explore different things we may not be used to. And that's going to continue to help us to grow, to continue to help us to build our vocabulary and just become an overall better musician and be versatile. So we want to challenge ourselves as well. Step number 2, let quality speak loudly. So guys, when it comes to social media and in general, we want to carry ourselves as a brand. We want to have brand consistency. We want to make sure that on every platform that our name is consistent. So if my handle is @JRodSullivan, I want it to be @JRodSullivan on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, every platform. What does that do? It makes it easier for people to find you and be able to follow you. We don't want to confuse people when they're trying to search for us and trying to find us on social media, especially if they're interested in working with you. We want to make it easy as possible for people to find you. So we want to have brand consistency. We also want to maintain a uniform look. We want to make sure that our profile pictures, the color schemes, and, you know, the logos are consistent from each platform and not have everything just, you know, all over the place. We want them to have consistency on every single platform. So when people land on your page or see a piece of content of yours, they automatically know it's you just because of how it looks and how it's presented. So we want to be mindful of that as well. Last but not least, we want to be selective with our posts. We want to make sure that when we post something on social media that it's a good representation of who we are and what our brand is about. We don't want to be posting nonsense we want to be consistent with posting quality content because our audience is observing. We want to strive to uphold a polished image for our brand. One of the main types of content that I share on social media is performance clips, drum covers, live performance videos of me at shows, anything of me playing drums. I share that all day on social media. And it's usually in short form. So that means short form video. So that means a clip from 30 seconds to a minute long. YouTube shorts, reels, TikTok videos, things like that. Now, if I'm posting a video, which is a long form video for YouTube, like 3 minutes or, longer or whatever, that's for YouTube, long form video. And I usually record that and upload it in a horizontal format. If I'm shooting short form video, it's vertical. So we want to make sure that we cater to each platform and making sure that we stay consistent with that as well. So another thing we want to do is we want to build our repertoire. We want to make sure that if we're learning a popular song or a well-known song, that we're nailing all of the main drum parts and the drum patterns in that song. And that way, that showcases our technical ability. And we also want to showcase our musical ability as well. So anything we play outside of those main patterns, we want to make sure that if we play a drum fill or a little tasteful fill, that it enhances the music, that it's musical, and that it's not just noise. We want to make sure that it fits the music. So we definitely want to do that as well. Another thing I do on social media is I collaborate with other musicians and brands who are in line with my brand in terms of the quality and what I represent. What this does is it engages other audiences. Different audiences who may not be following you or may not even know who you are. It'll bring them to your page and they'll be able to get an idea of who you are and what you represent and what you do. They may become a follower or a fan. Step number 3, focus on connection, not clout. Just engage authentically with your followers and your audience. We want to make sure, especially if we're just starting out on social media, we want to make sure that when someone comments that we're engaging with them authentically. And if someone asks a question in the comment, we want to make sure that we reply with the authentic answer, just being ourselves. I will warn you though, the more you grow on social media, the harder it gets to maintain that. But if we're just starting out, we definitely want to make sure that we're doing that and being consistent with that. What that does is it shows genuine interest in connecting with our followers. So we definitely want to make sure we do that. Another thing, guys, tell your story on social media. Don't be afraid to be yourself. Don't pretend to be anyone else. Tell your story and be authentically you. When you tell your story behind why you play drums, your audience connects with you outside of just your playing, and they'll become fans forever. They'll become followers forever because by that point they're inspired by your story and by what you do and what you're presenting. So keep that in mind. Another thing that you can do is you can create educational content. So that means sharing drumming tips or sharing a groove or a fill or something that you've been working on lately, and just record yourself going through the process and share it with your followers. What this does is it establishes you as also a resourceful drummer, not just someone who performs and entertains or plays, but someone who is resourceful that people can learn from and you help others grow. So keep that in mind as well. Key number 2, finding your direction. Step number 1, discover your natural style. So try to think about and reflect on, what do you enjoy playing the most? What styles of music do you enjoy playing the most? Whether it's gospel, R&B, pop, country, hip hop, whatever it is, make a list of those things and figure out what do you love the most? Which genre of music do you love the most? When you get that list of genres down, go behind the kit and play to some of these different genres. While you're doing that, record yourself and then go back and look at the footage and critique yourself and try to figure out which genre were you playing where you felt most confident and where you were most excited and where you sounded the best. Whatever genre that was, that's your natural style. Also ask people in your circle that you trust, whether they're a musician or whether they're family or close friends, about what you sound best on and what you sound more confidently playing, which style of music, and just get their honest feedback about that as well. Step number 2, align with your dream gig. So guys, what we want to do is we want to visualize our ideal gig, whether that be touring with a major artist, playing in a jazz club, being a session musician, whatever it is, we want to visualize that and we want to write it down. Then what we want to do is we want to go research players, successful players, or people who are already in that space doing what we want to be doing. We want to study how they present themselves online, how they play, what they post, all that stuff. And then what we want to do is we want to start tailoring our playing and start posting and practicing things that's in line with our dream gig. Step number 3, create content with a purpose. Pick 2 to 3 core content types. For example, groove breakdowns, drum covers, or behind the scenes footage, all in your niche. And when we create this content, we want to make sure that we batch record. So that means setting aside a day and a time that we record all of these videos in one setting. We want to plan the content out in advance. So that means when it's time to record, we already know what we're going to record, how we're going to record it, and all of that stuff. This keeps us from winging it from week to week and making sure that we stay ahead of our schedule with posting content. Now, when we post this content, we want to make sure that we use consistent visuals and captions. Keep your tone, your visuals, and hashtags aligned with your brand. So for example, most of the time when you see me post a video, I'm always going to use these 2 hashtags, J. Sullivan, Got Pocket. And then also too, as far as my videos go, I usually use the side profile, the visual aspect of it. And as soon as people scroll, they automatically know like, okay, this is a J-Rod video because it has a certain look. So we want to make sure that we keep everything consistent with our brand. So that brings me to key number 3, stay consistent. So guys, when it comes to social media, the main thing that we want to keep in mind is to stay consistent. We want to make sure that we're able to stay consistent as possible without burning out. How do we stay consistent? Step number 1, set a sustainable rhythm. We want to pick a realistic posting cadence. Me personally, I only post maybe 2 to 3 times a week because that's what's sustainable for me right now in this moment in my life. So that's something that you have to figure out. We want to make sure that we're able to stay consistent as possible, but make sure that we don't burn out and just choose a realistic posting cadence. What I do is I try to keep a simple content calendar. So if I'm posting on Monday at a certain time, I'll schedule that. And then if I'm posting on Thursday and Sunday at a certain time, I'll schedule those as well and just have them on my calendar ready to go. And I suggest taking 1 week at a time just to keep things simple. Build in rest days. Now I know we're talking about being consistent, but guys, we want to take some off days. We want to take some days off and not feel pressure to post and create. What this does is it allows our minds and our bodies to re-energize. And once we come back, we're full of creativity, we're full of energy and ready to go. Step number 2, batch and bank content ahead of time. So guys, when we're recording and we're already set up, we wouldn't take advantage of that. We want to make sure that we go ahead and knock a few videos out just so we have to be able to store in our batch. We want to focus on getting good raw footage first and then worry about the captions and the editing the video later. So when we batch record multiple videos in one setting, that just gives us some extra content to store in a folder. That way, if we have a busy week, we can pull from that folder and schedule the content for that week that we're busy and don't really have much time to record that week. Step number 3, focus on progress, not perfection. So guys, when it comes to social media and just being a musician and a content creator, it's easy to overthink these posts. Don't overthink it. When it comes to posting content on social media, good enough and consistent beats perfect and rare. Just get it out there. I've created content in 5 minutes and I'm like, man, this video is not gonna do well. I mean, it's videos that I've shot before and I didn't like my performance. I didn't really like the lighting, but I'm like, okay, it's good enough to go on social media. And it's probably some of my most viewed and best performed content on social media. So just get it out there, don't overthink it. Also, we want to be mindful when we post content on social media, we want to track the progress, the posts that outperform the other content that we post. We want to lean more into creating the content that does well on social media. We want to track what resonates with our audience over time. Last but not least, don't chase going viral. Just be you. Be yourself, be authentically yourself. If it goes viral, that's amazing, but don't chase it. Just be yourself. It's about building habits and staying consistent. So guys, I want to leave you with this. Remember, this is a marathon, not a sprint. But as long as we stay consistent, we're going to see the results. Block out all the negativity and stay in your lane, have tunnel vision. If you need any gear recommendations, check out the last page of this guide. And also, if you have any questions about the gear or anything that I've gone over in this guide, feel free to send me an email and I'll respond to you as soon as possible. Much love, you guys. I'm wishing you all the best. It's time to get to work. Let's go.